Hi, I'm Linda. What would you do with an extra $100 a month? That's $1,200 a year. For many of us, that's a car payment, a significant chunk of our grocery bill, or a nice contribution to our savings account. Today, I'm going to show you how to find that money, not by taking on a second job or sacrificing things you love, but by becoming a master of your own home's energy use. We're going to pull back the curtain on your electric bill, demystify where all that money is going, and I'll share the exact step-by-step habits I implemented to cut my own bill by over 40%. Do you ever get that feeling of dread when you open your utility bill? That sense of helplessness as you see a number that's higher than last month, even though you don't feel like you did anything differently? I've been there. When my husband and I were first starting out, and especially after I lost my accounting job during the 2008 crisis, our budget was stretched to its absolute limit. The electric bill felt like a wild, untamable beast. It would swing by $50 or $60 from one month to the next, and I couldn't figure out why. It was a constant source of stress. I'll never forget one particularly brutal January. The bill came and it was for over $400. I remember just staring at it, feeling a cold wave of panic. We were already cutting back on everything, and this felt like a punch to the gut. That was my breaking point. As an accountant, I knew you can't manage what you don't measure. I decided to treat our home's energy use like a corporate budget. I created a spreadsheet, dug up old bills, and started tracking and testing small methodical changes. It wasn't a quick fix, but over the course of a year, those consistent habits compounded into a massive 40% reduction in our electricity usage, saving us hundreds of dollars. It was a game changer, not about freezing in the dark, but about understanding and eliminating waste. In this video, I'm going to share the 20 habits that made the biggest difference. What's the one appliance you think uses the most electricity in your home? The answer might surprise you. Let me know your guess in the comments below. First, let's tackle the biggest energy hog in most homes: heating and cooling. This accounts for nearly half of the average home's energy use, making it the undisputed king of your utility bill. The single most effective habit you can adopt is to become a master of your thermostat. The principle is simple. The closer your home's temperature is to the temperature outside, the less work your system has to do. The Department of Energy estimates that for every single degree you lower your thermostat in the winter, you can save between 1% to 3% on your heating bill. The same is true for raising it in the summer. We keep our thermostat at a steady 68 degrees Fahrenheit in the winter during the day, and we even lower it to 65 at night while we're sleeping under warm blankets. In the summer, we set it to 78 degrees. This might sound drastic, but we don't just rely on the thermostat. We actively manage our environment. In the winter, we live in cozy sweaters and warm slippers, and we always have soft blankets on the couch. In the summer, we use ceiling fans in occupied rooms to create a gentle wind chill effect, which can make a room feel up to 4 degrees cooler than it actually is. This simple thermostat discipline, turning it back 7 to 10 degrees from its normal setting for 8 hours a day, can save you as much as 10% a year on your energy bills. It's the biggest piece of the puzzle, and it's entirely within your control. Second, and this is a big one, you need to hunt down and eliminate phantom loads, also known as vampire power. This is the electricity that your appliances and electronics draw even when they're turned off. Things like your TV, your coffee maker, your computer and your phone chargers are constantly sipping energy 24/7. This phantom power can account for up to 10% of your residential energy use, costing the average household over $180 a year. The solution is simple: smart power strips. I have them all over my house. My entertainment centre used to be a major vampire, the TV, soundbar and gaming console all sipping electricity 24/7. I plugged them into one smart power strip with a master outlet for the TV. When I turn the TV on, the strip powers up the other devices. When I turn the TV off, it cuts power to everything. For my home office, I use a strip with a simple on-off switch. At the end of the workday, I flip that switch. It's a simple, satisfying click that I know is saving me money while I sleep. Third, let's talk about lighting, which accounts for about 15% of the average home's electricity use. If you are still using old incandescent light bulbs, you are literally burning money. The single most impactful change you can make here is to switch to LED bulbs. LEDs use at least 75% less energy and can last up to 25 times longer. When we first made the switch, it was a bit of an upfront investment, but the payback was incredibly fast. The average household can save around $225 per year just by switching to LEDs. And don't just switch them out as they burn out. Do a full audit of your home, identify your 5 most frequently used light fixtures, and replace those bulbs today. That's where you'll see the biggest and fastest return on your investment. Fourth, become a cold water laundry champion. About 90% of the energy your washing machine uses is for heating the water. Unless you're washing something that's heavily soiled or you need to sanitize, like cloth diapers or bedding from when someone was sick, cold water works just as well. Modern detergents are formulated to be effective in cold water. By simply switching the dial from hot to cold, you can save a significant amount of money. For an average family, this simple habit can save over $100 a year in water heating costs alone. It also has the added benefit of being gentler on your clothes. Hot water can cause colours to fade and fabrics to shrink or stretch. Cold water helps preserve your clothes, which means you're not only saving on your energy bill, but you're also extending the life of your wardrobe, saving you even more money in the long run. Fifth, rethink your drying habits. The clothes dryer is one of the most energy-intensive appliances in your home. Whenever the weather permits, I use a simple, old-fashioned clothesline in my backyard. It costs nothing to run, and my clothes smell amazing. In the winter or on rainy days, I use a foldable drying rack indoors for lighter items. When I do have to use the dryer, I am strategic. First, and I cannot stress this enough, I clean the lint filter after every single load. It's a 2-second task that has a huge impact. A clogged filter restricts airflow, which makes your dryer work harder and longer to get your clothes dry. This can reduce its efficiency by up to 30%. Not only that, but a clogged lint filter is a serious fire hazard. So this habit isn't just about saving money, it's about keeping your family safe. I also use wool dryer balls instead of dryer sheets. They help separate the clothes, which allows the hot air to circulate more efficiently, and they can reduce drying time by as much as 25%. They're a great reusable alternative to disposable dryer sheets. Sixth, you need to give your water heater a checkup. The default setting on most water heaters is 140 degrees Fahrenheit, which is dangerously hot and wastes a lot of energy. You can save 6 to 10% on your water heating costs by lowering the temperature to 120 degrees Fahrenheit. That's the sweet spot. It's still plenty hot for all your needs, from washing dishes to taking a comfortable shower, but it's not so hot that it's wasting energy or posing a scalding risk. It's important not to set it too low, as temperatures below 120 degrees can allow harmful bacteria to grow in your tank. But 120 is safe and efficient. It's a simple adjustment that takes 5 minutes and pays you back every single month. While you're at it, consider insulating the first few feet of the hot and cold water pipes connected to your water heater. This reduces standby heat loss and can save you even more. 7th, become a master of your curtains and blinds. In the summer, I keep the blinds on my south and west-facing windows closed during the day to block out the intense afternoon sun. This simple act of creating shade can significantly reduce the amount of heat that enters your home, which means your air conditioner doesn't have to work as hard. In the winter, I do the opposite. I open those same blinds to let the sunlight in, taking advantage of free passive solar heating. It's a simple free habit that makes a noticeable difference in the comfort of your home and the size of your energy bill. 8th, change your HVAC air filters regularly. This is one of the most overlooked but most important pieces of home maintenance. A dirty, clogged filter forces your heating and cooling system to work much harder to push air through. This not only wastes a tremendous amount of energy, but also puts unnecessary strain on the system, which can lead to expensive repairs down the road. Think of it like trying to breathe through a straw. That's what your HVAC system is doing when it's trying to pull air through a clogged filter. The fan motor has to work much harder, which uses more electricity and puts a huge amount of strain on the system. The US Department of Energy says that replacing a dirty filter can lower your air conditioner's energy consumption by 5 to 15%. I set a recurring reminder on my phone to check my filter every single month. In the summer and winter, when the system is running constantly, I change it monthly. In the spring and fall, I can stretch it to every 3 months. It's a $5 filter that saves me a huge amount in potential repairs and energy costs. 9th, I use your kitchen appliances strategically. Your oven is a huge energy user. Instead of preheating it for a small item, consider using a toaster oven or a microwave, which use significantly less energy. In the summer, I try to avoid using the oven altogether. I use my outdoor grill, my slow cooker, or my Instant Pot. These appliances don't heat up the whole kitchen, which means my air conditioner doesn't have to work overtime to cool it back down. It's a double win. You save energy on cooking and on cooling. 10th, make your refrigerator more efficient. This appliance runs 24/7, so small improvements can lead to big savings. First, make sure the temperature is set correctly, between 36 and 38 degrees Fahrenheit for the fridge and 0 to 5 degrees for the freezer. Any colder, and you're just wasting energy. Also, a full fridge is more efficient than an empty one, but it shouldn't be crammed. A full fridge has less air to cool down each time you open the door. But if it's too full, it can block the air vents and prevent proper circulation. Think of it like a well-organized pantry, not a stuffed closet. On the outside, make sure there are a few inches of space between the fridge and the wall. This allows air to circulate over the condenser coils, which is how the fridge releases heat. If those coils are dusty, they can't release heat efficiently, so give them a good vacuuming once or twice a year. Finally, check the seals on your fridge door. You can do this with a simple dollar bill test. Close the door on the bill. if you can pull it out easily. Your seals are leaking cold air and need to be replaced. That's a simple fix that can make a big difference. 11th, unplug your spare refrigerator. I know so many people who have an old, inefficient fridge humming away in their garage or basement just to keep a few drinks cold. That old fridge could be costing you over $200 a year to run. If you can, get rid of it. If you absolutely need the extra space, consider replacing it with a new Energy Star certified model, which will be significantly more efficient. 12th, use your dishwasher, but use it wisely. Believe it or not, using a modern energy-efficient dishwasher is actually more water and energy efficient than washing dishes by hand, especially if you have a habit of letting the hot water run. The key is to only run it when it's completely full, and there's no need to pre-rinse your dishes. Modern dishwashers and detergents are designed to handle food scraps. Just scrape off the large pieces and you're good to go. Also, use the air dry setting instead of the heat dry setting. This simple switch can cut your dishwasher's energy use by 15 to 50%. 13th, take shorter showers. Water heating is a huge component of your energy bill. If you can cut your 15-minute shower down to 7 or 8 minutes, you can save a significant amount of money. I have a small waterproof shower timer that I use to keep myself on track. Also, consider installing a low-flow shower head. Modern low-flow heads provide a great shower experience while using a fraction of the water and the energy to heat it. 14th, seal the air leaks in your home. I was shocked to learn how much of my expensive heated and cooled air was leaking out of my house through small cracks and gaps around my windows, doors, and electrical outlets. I was shocked to learn that the combined size of all the small air leaks in a typical home can be the equivalent of leaving a window wide open all year long. I spent a weekend with a few tubes of caulk and some weather stripping, and I became a leak detective. I sealed up every crack I could find around window and door frames, electrical outlets, and places where pipes entered the house. It's a simple, inexpensive DIY project that can save you up to 10% on your energy. Bills. You can find air leaks by holding a lit incense stick near suspected areas on a windy day. If the smoke wavers or is drawn in a certain direction, you've found a leak. It's a surprisingly satisfying project knowing that with each crack you seal, you're keeping your hard-earned money from literally flying out the window. 15th, use ceiling fans to your advantage in both summer and winter. In the summer, your fan should be rotating counterclockwise to push cool air down. This can make you feel cooler, allowing you to raise your thermostat by a few degrees. In the winter, you should reverse the direction of your fan to clockwise. This will pull the cool air up and push the warm air that has risen to the ceiling back down into the living space. It's a simple switch that can make a big difference in your comfort and your energy bill. 16th, unplug your chargers when they're not in use. Your phone charger, your laptop charger, your tablet charger, they all draw a small amount of power whenever they're plugged in, even if they're not connected to a device. It's a small amount, but it adds up over time across all the chargers in your home. Get into the habit of unplugging them when you're done. It's a simple 2-second action that costs you nothing. 17th, dress for the season, even when you're indoors. In the winter, I wear warm socks, slippers, and a cozy sweater around the house. This allows me to be perfectly comfortable with the thermostat set at 68 degrees. In the summer, I wear light, breathable clothing. It seems so simple, but so many of us have gotten used to the idea of being able to wear a t-shirt indoors in the middle of winter. By adjusting your clothing instead of the thermostat, you can save a tremendous amount of money. 18th, cook in batches. When you do have to use your oven, make the most of it. If you're baking a lasagna, throw in a batch of muffins or a few baked potatoes at the same time. The oven is already hot, so you're using that energy more efficiently. I often spend a Sunday afternoon cooking several meals for the week ahead. This not only saves me time during the week, but also saves a significant amount of energy compared to heating up the oven every single day. 19th, let your computer sleep. Make sure the power management settings on your computer are enabled. A computer that's left on all day can cost you over $100 a year in electricity. Set your computer to go into sleep or hibernate mode after a short period of inactivity. It only takes a few seconds to wake it up, and it's a simple way to cut down on your energy waste. 20th, and this is a habit of mindset, is to conduct a regular energy audit. Once a month, when my electric bill arrives, I don't just look at the total amount due, I look at the usage details. How many kilowatt hours did we use this month compared to last month and compared to the same month last year? I walk through my house and I think about what we did differently. Did we have guests over? Was it an unusually hot or cold month? This regular review keeps me conscious of our energy use and helps me spot trends or problems early. It turns paying the bill from a passive, often negative experience into an active, empowered process of management and improvement. So there you have it, 20 actionable habits. This isn't about one drastic change, but the cumulative effect of small, consistent actions. When I started, I was overwhelmed, but by focusing on one habit at a time, I took back control and proved my choices mattered. That 40% savings was the result of intentionality and discipline, and you can achieve it too. Don't try all 20 things tomorrow. Pick one or two that seem manageable. Maybe you'll tackle phantom loads with a smart power strip or change out 5 old light bulbs. Whatever you choose, start today. If you found this helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Let me know which tip you'll try first in the comments. I'll see you next time.